And what are you looking forward to most today? We've got fireworks, a parade, good food.
All of it. I don't even know where to begin with the celebrating the 4th of July. The parade's probably always my favorite for the morning, and then I've always have to end with fireworks. It's not complete without fireworks.
Probably the fireworks.
The fireworks?
What are you looking forward to? Fireworks.
Enjoying the parade and the 4th of July, the fireworks.
Just big bangs and stuff.
Remember how love looks and it gets old.
My favorite part was fire and the police.
I always love the horses. A little girl inside me always loves the horses.
The parade's probably the best too in Kenyon.
Coming to Canyon is something that I've done since I was a little girl. I'm 23 years old and I've only missed 2 probably in my whole lifetime. So.
I do.
Okay, we're clear.
He's been a helicopter pilot for more than 20 years, but after a wildfire in 2006, Jason Abraham's flight plan changed.
I lost pretty much all the grass on my ranch. I had to find some people that had got in the fire, and unfortunately they didn't make it. And to be able to find that and see how terrible it was to burn up in a grass fire, you know, that's when we started kind of pushing this deal.
Pushing a unique take on firefighting. With the man that taught him everything he knows.
I taught Jason to fly years ago, and he came to me with the idea of getting into a little bit of firefighting.
And I decided, you know, I'm gonna figure out how to sling load.
Jason and Trey started slinging loads of water onto wildfires, a venture that started with their own land, then moved to neighboring counties.
They called us up and told us what they had, and so we thought, yeah, let's try it out, you know, and see. Everybody's kind of worried about it at first, you know, we'd never been around it.
Their service has since spread like wildfire.
We started getting requests from some of the fire departments, some of the fire chiefs starting to call and ask for our assistance.
You know, our main deal is the volunteer firemen. We're really lucky to have such a good fire association and all these volunteers.
Whether it's airlifting burn victims to safety or giving a fire chief a sky's view of a blaze, for Trey and Jason, it's all about helping out volunteers. Help that sometimes comes by way of hundreds of gallons of water. Whether it be ponds or lakes all around the high plains, or even a tanker they bring along from here, they take the water to the fire to bring the fight to the skies. But sometimes water's not easy to come by.
Well, we figure out, you know, if this drought, there's no water. We need water about 4 foot deep. And then we figure out, well, man, we're running out of fuel in 2 hours and we're still fighting fire. So that's when we come up with this trailer.
With an 8x8 tank and jet fuel to boot, this trailer can keep the fight going long into the night.
So now we got a ground unit comes in and we can sit there for days on end and just go, 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 go.
Going, and giving volunteer fire departments a unique perspective until the job's done.
Give them a bird's eye view.
Just the eyes in the sky.
And we're kind of the eyes in the sky.
It's the most demanding flying that I think you can do, but it's the most rewarding also.
Okay.
Go that way. Shooter ready? Stand by.
The buzzer sounds, and Maze McMurray is off.
I shoot USPSA, which is United States Practical Association.
Competing in the USPSA is a lot for a 12-year-old, but not Maze. She's a pro who learned from her dad.
He's the one that got me started. He said, "Hey Maze, I want you to try to shoot this gun."
She picked up the gun instantly and just loved shooting, loved the recoil, and had safe. She was very safe and wasn't scared of it one bit.
I thought I can kind of do this.
She's been competing for a few years now, keeping one mantra in her head.
You're thinking like, oh, I hope I don't shoot my foot.
But Maze says there's nothing that beats the feeling of the perfect shot.
Whenever you like plow down a steel and you're like, oh, I didn't think I could do that.
For this sharpshooting family, it's all about confidence.
I try to get over my nervousness. It's a lot of pressure to have your name called up in front of a lot of people, and I think that's been good for me.
And believe me, it's a lot harder than it looks. In Amarillo, Adam Snyder, KAMR, NBC4 News.
After years of sitting in an apartment complex boiler room, this scrapbook finally found its way home. Thanks to AT&T employees Scott Martin and Pam Ballou, James Harder now has a piece of his family's history.
I didn't even know that book existed, but I knew from where she was telling me that the apartment complex was that my aunt, my dad's sister, had lived in that apartment complex for a while. And obviously she left it there when she moved.
Harder says the scrapbook belonged to his grandmother.
Ethel Tucker Harder, my grandmother, 1892.
Because of it, he has now seen some of his relatives for the first time.
I'd never seen but one picture of my grandfather, and none of my great-grandparents didn't even know their names, and nothing like that. So I've got lots to look up in here now. It's really neat, just having a family history spring upon you out of nowhere. I'm loving it.
Harder says he is thankful the AT&T employees took the time to return the scrapbook to him instead of just throwing it away.
Can't tell you how much I appreciate the lady sending that to me, being so nice to call and everything. She went way out of her way to do something for somebody, and it's great. Grandma and Grandpa. Ended up in Dallas? How this ended up in Dallas?